Good morning and welcome back to We Are the South Stand, where I am joined by my good friend Steve. What are you saying, mate? What's the weather like there? Looks nice.
Is what it
Oh,
is.
no?
Yeah, a little bit grim.
Oh, it's nice here, you know.
Nah, it's
Banging
not
here
here.
today.
It's raining. I've just shut the blinds, that's all.
Did we have rain last night, Cass?
Yeah.
Oh, we had rain last night. Yes, you'll get this in a bit, probably. It's probably be on the way up to you.
Manchester weather, innit? You know what it's like.
Yeah, yeah. But what about the game last night?
Brilliant. Yeah. Really refreshing. A lot of people have been saying, oh, it's only the opposition, etc. You've been playing, but Juventus beat us last season. We were embarrassing. And like we say, he started a really strong side. Reijnders, Rodri midfield looked really good. Thought they both ghosted around the midfield, knocking it around one touch. It's just a massive difference to what we seen last season. You know, like the side to side frustratingness of last season seems to have gone. It looks like there's goals all over the pitch. It looks like we can attack equally from both flanks. You've got Savio and Nunes on one side, Ait Nouri and Doku on the other side. We had Mamouche across the middle. Mamouche was drifting left. Doku was coming inside. Reijnders was playing a bit further forward. Rodri was just picking the ball up from the back, turning, wanting to go forward all the time. It was just a breath of fresh air all round. And like you say, it's been a bit of a. There's been a lot of changes of the backroom staff and the first team, but there's no better way to get everyone together than a month-long camp in America.
Yeah, facts.
They're
Big
all
facts.
together.
Big facts.
They're all in the hotel. They're eating together. They're playing games together at night, PlayStation, the bonding. You know what I mean? They're all doing the yoga on the beach. It's a good, solid group. And we've got a good draw. You know, we've got Al Hilal Nets. We've got João Cancelo coming over in. I hope somebody kicks fuck out of him. And other than that, I'm happy, mate. It was good to watch. I enjoyed it. I really did.
Yeah.
I thought Cherky coming on. I think he's going to be a fan's favourite. You know what I mean? He's a bit of a maverick. And this new Erling Haaland that we're seeing, you know what I mean? It's not all about get the ball to Earl and smash it. If Earl's not, you know, he's not, the shot's not on, he's laying it off. You know, he's being very, very unselfish. And when he did get the easiest chance of the night, he nearly fucked it up.
Yeah, fucking. That was a beautiful move, but fucking hell, that finish was atrocious. Now, I agree with you on Erling Haaland. I think I was thinking about this morning and watching the game, to be fair. I just feel like he is going to thrive off there being more runners and more people in the box. Yeah. Because, like, and we're seeing he's getting more space already. Do you know what? Do you know how I know that we perform well? Firstly, I'm seeing TikTokers doing the 115 thing. And secondly, last night, straight after the game on Never a Foul, Igal was on there and he's kind of, when Cass is saying, look, we need to talk about the elephant in the room. Did anyone just see the City performance against Juventus, right? They just smashed them for 5. And Igal straight was like, but I still think that defensively, they didn't look all that. And I just thought, oh, here we fucking go. We've just beat Juventus, putting 5 past them, an Italian team, and you're talking about our defense. But for me, it's just like, cool, you concentrate on the defense because your defense will get you draws. 5 goals will get you wins, right?
I just heard him say that Reijnders is a pine cone and everyone's going to run round him. So he's, you know what he's like. You don't take anything Igal says for serious. No. But listen, when they're talking about us, you know, they're worried.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly that.
You know?
Yeah, this is a thing. And straight away, what people will say is on Ait Nouri, and they'll say on Reijnders is, going forward, they're amazing, but defensively. But firstly, Reijnders we've already seen play a lone 6 role, right? Secondly, we've got Rodri back. But thirdly, if we're scoring 5 goals every game, then I couldn't give a shit if we concede 1 or 2, to be honest with you. The Edison one was a bit sloppy, the first one.
Yeah.
That was all on Edison.
The first one was sloppy. It was a mistake. The second one, we were all enjoying our football in there after fucking 30 minutes. Everyone was having everyone thought, we're all having a go here, and we just switched off. It is what it is. When you're 5 up, you can do that. And let's not get it wrong. Cherky should have made it 6. You know, with that great move. So, listen, people will always try and pick at a performance. We get that. But from what we watched last season to this, It's a breath of fresh air. And like you say, Pep looks like he's got a new lease of life. Phil Foden's got a smile on his face. Big Earl, like you say, the thing with Earl, last year, he's getting the ball in the box, back to goal. There's nobody around him, City players, so he's got to bundle his way through or have a shot. Now, he can just lay it off. Nice to Cherky the other night. He flipped into Foden last night, which was a nice little move. And I feel like, the Erling Haaland, listen, 33 goals of the 33rd goal of the season, 300 goals in 375 games. And people want to talk about Erling Haaland. I'm not being funny, but people need to watch the mouth because this kid just keeps on getting better. And like you say, next season, I think he's got all the tools to supply him. And that's all he lacked. Last season, it was a lack of creativity. He thrived on it. I mean, he's not a player that's going to drop deep and make his own chances. He needs it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think the other thing with Haaland, right, is that if you think about the 3 seasons he's been at us, last season was the one where he was really ran into the ground. He had to play every game. Next season, we already saw the way we started yesterday, Marmoush, Doku, and Savio, that Haaland does not need to start every game. And I think he thrives on that because he wants competition. He doesn't want to become, just I start every single game. There was something else I picked up on. Did you see Haaland for Foden's goal? Did you see him go over to Savio afterwards and tell him you should have took that?
Yeah, because I thought Savio was going to tap that in. But to be fair, it looked like they're having a good time. But what you were saying then about Haaland is right. I mean, last season we didn't really have any other options. The season before we had Julian Alvarez. So if Haaland needed a rest, Alvarez had come in, and we wasn't worried about it. Mamouche started last night in that system, and it worked. Mamouche is more than capable than of winning us games. But like you say, I felt a good change when Haaland come on. I felt like Cherky just came on for the vibes at the end, was taking the piss. But I feel like the Rodri, Reijnders midfield was a breath of fresh air, and Ait Nouri on the left just gives us balance. Yeah.
Do you know what? Because I've been saying all week, is there a world where we can see Ait Nouri and Doku both start? Because they're both. And then yesterday, hey presto, we see it, and I noticed Ait Nouri was coming inside a lot more, wasn't he? A bit like Cancelo used to do.
I think Doku came inside as well, and Mamouche went wide left. I think it's a fluid formation, and I feel like the change of coaching staff. I seen Kolo Toure was up, giving the players a lot of input. He was putting his arm around a few of them when they were coming off the pitch. Maybe you need that. Pep Linders looks like he's very much involved. Him and Pep were having a bit of a love off.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that's good to see. I mean, last season, it looked stale on that bench. We've got to admit it. The guys that were there, they didn't, some of them didn't speak much English. There was rumours that they don't do an awful lot around the training ground, whereas I feel like with this Pep Linders, I feel like Pep probably doesn't have to take every training session now. He could probably sit in his office overlooking it and watch him do it. You know what I mean? So it might be good for Pep. But I think first of all, we're not going to get carried away because it's hard to get carried, not to get carried away because it was good performance. But
mate, we beat Juventus 5-2. We haven't beat them since '76. So
that's what I mean. Just go under the radar, get everybody fucking fit. Get everybody. The big problem I've got is after this tournament, everybody else is in pre-season training. We're going to have a break. So it's when the players switch the engines off. Can we get them back revved up again? I think we might need a little knockabout just before the season starts. You know what I mean? But
I agree. I agree with you on that. I think this is the summer so far is just going so well for us. Just to pick up on the Reijnders, there's a few other players I want to talk on, but on the Reijnders and Rodri thing. Look, Rodri made a few sloppy passes yesterday, but that is always going to happen. He has to get his passing range back because he's been out of the game for 9 months. But straight away, and you said it when he came on in a previous game, he's getting the ball moving quicker. Him and Reijnders are just, it looked like old City. They're there just picking out those passes and watching for runners. And it looks so solid as well, to be fair with you. And Ait Nouri, for me, I don't know. I'm a big Reijnders fan, but so far watching Ait Nouri for the 2 games he's played, I think he's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
Just crying out for what we needed, you know.
Yeah, even and do you know what was lovely yesterday? How much we were getting the ball into the box. We were putting crosses in, low balls, and do you know what? I think to sum up how City are at the moment was that Doku goal, because last season Doku wouldn't have scored a goal like that. The first touch was beautiful. The first touch just opened it up to be put in the bottom corner, just took the defender completely out of the game. But again, it was the Ait Nouri ball into the box, the Ait Nouri pass. He saw the run Doku, the space Doku had, and just put it in the perfect place. Yeah, I can't lie. I was nervous going into it, but now we've got. So who is it? We've got
Al Hilal.
Who plays for them?
Cancelo, Mitrovic.
Is that?
Yeah.
They look quite good. When I watched them against
Madrid,
I watched them against Madrid. Fucking hell, Cancelo.
But what we were saying, what you just been saying there, is like about Doku and everything. You don't realise how much our build-up play always came from the centre backs into Rodri or Ederson into Rodri. And last season, it was the players with the most touches was Ruben Diaz. And then it was Guardiola. It was very, very slow. Now you're watching Reijnders or Rodri dropping in. Even Cherky, when he came on last night, he was dropping down to a 6 to receive the ball, dictate the play. But everybody else's game
Everyone's
then.
Hungry. Yeah.
Everyone else's game then is dictated by Rodri, who's he's the main man of the orchestra. So Foden and plays like that are going, give me the ball in this tight space, and they're getting it. You know, Reijnders, his first touch is forward. Doku knows if he comes inside, he's dragging players all over the place, leaving space for Ait Nouri out on the left. Haaland knows that he's not got 4 of them wrestling him, because if they 4 wrestle him, you've got a Cherky on the edge of the box, Foden on the edge of the box, ready to ping it. So it is exactly what we've seen for the last 4 years before last season. When we won titles.
We forgot about it last season.
We forgot about it last season. It's nothing new. It's just the regeneration of what we had to do to get going. And like you say, if he adds a right back to it, a proper right back, I mean, I can't fault Matheus Nunes. I want to give him a lot of credit. I feel like he's solid. I feel like people trust him there. He has got the odd bozo gene in him, but he's very dangerous. And we do look balanced with the Nunes fullback sort of partnership. Yeah,
we do. Do you know what? I actually think I think it was the second goal. Yeah, the own goal, mental own goal, mad own goal. I said though, I'll be honest with you, it's one of those ones where I think I remember scoring an own goal like that as a kid, right? Where the ball comes across the box. You don't know who's behind you, and you're thinking, fuck, what do I do here? Where do I put it? And next minute, you've put your foot out, and you're like, nah, I shouldn't have. But for me, that looked like old City, the run, and the pass for the run. It looked like something Walker used to do a little bit, where you'd make that run, and the way, I think it was it Reijnders that picked him out? I think it was Reijnders that picked him out. But to see Doku do that, and even see Savio score that goal, last season, that doesn't happen because they're not playing with the same confidence, and they're overthinking everything. But Savio struck that beautifully, and all of a sudden we've got Doku, who everyone's saying, oh, maybe we might sell Doku and bring in Rodrigo. It looks like Doku's playing out of his skin now. Yeah,
he is. I mean, Luke, big up Luke in the chat, Nimmel Pod. He said he was just talking about Bernardo. Bernardo was rolling back the years as well. You know what I mean? He's been given a captaincy role. He was busy. It was a breath of fresh air. And I think a lot of City fans have woke up this morning with a smile on the face and feeling like, you know, we might have a bit of a team here next season. And like you say, we've not got to get carried away. We've got to keep on going. But you notice now the press will start. The charges will be coming out.
They are.
Any fucking shit that they can throw on us at the minute after a win will happen. So, yeah, expect the worst for a few weeks off the press.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Ederson, though, it's typical Ederson, isn't it? He decides to stay and then he has a stinker.
He's just mental, Ederson.
Yeah, he is. But then there was a few times where he saved us yesterday as well, which is just, he actually should have done better for the first goal. Not only the distribution, but I think he could have got down a bit quicker to that. But same with Nunes. Where do you stand with Nunes? If we go into next season with Nunes, in fact, here we go. I've got a super chat. I told you about Nunes. What did you say, bro? I know my boy. He runs. He cooks. Wait until he starts scoring bangers. Well, where do you stand on Nunes?
Well, listen, we had a manager that turned Fabian Delph into Centurion left back. We had a manager that turned Zinchenko, Ukrainian 10, into a left back. Now we've got a manager that's turned Nunes from a midfielder to a right back because he said he wasn't clever enough for the midfield. And I tend to agree with him. I don't think the intelligence levels of Nunes, no disrespect, in our midfield he's not up there for it. But I tell you something, he is a good right back and he's playing well. And like what Pep highlighted last season, his positional sense. A lot of fullbacks get caught by a runner behind them on the back post. Kyle Walker all the time.
All the time.
But he's saying that Nunes has got that boxed. So listen, give him a chance. I'm all for it. You know what I mean? He might as well be given that role. And if he can make it his own, then you've got to take your hat off to him. And if it saves us spending 40, 50 million on a right back, if he can do it, why not? And like you say, we spoke about Kuzanov the other night. If he could be the backup to him or shadow him for a season and get to know the role, I don't know. But I mean, I've got to take me hat off to Nunes because there was a time last season when I'm sure all of us would have said he's definitely going.
Yeah. Oh, mate, 1,000,000%, 1,000,000%. And the back end of the season, he came good. And I do think that's relevant that if you think he's going into his third season. Well, the first season, he kind of came into it probably not sure what his role was and maybe not thinking he was the new kid and how much am I going to play. The second season, he went into it kind of basically knowing first season he hardly touched grass. Whereas this season, he's going into the season knowing he contributed last season and being a lot more confident. So, I mean, I'm intrigued. I still think we should go and get right back. But I don't know. I think if we go and get a right back, maybe we're favourites. If we don't, then you're right. We could still win the league easily. We've done it with Zinchenko at left back. We've done it with Delph at left back. But yeah, I don't know. For me, I'd take Nunes as second choice. I just worry a little bit defensively. Going forward, I have no doubts at all. I think he suits our system perfectly. But yeah. Right, there is how many people in here? There's 354 people in here. Likes are only on 125. Please, people, check you smash the like button.
Share the stream. You know what I mean? Get it going.
I think now. Oh yeah, did you see the rain out there? By the way.
Yeah, well,
country's mental, isn't it?
It just looked like somebody turned a switch.
Yeah.
And then it went mad, and then it dried up again. I've seen MCFC lads.
I just saw that.
He said the same, like mental, you know.
Have you got any worries about Nico Gonzalez, by the way, about his game time?
The only worry I've got is that Reijnders is that good, and the fans are going to see when Reijnders and Rodri play how it works. Yeah. I feel somebody just mentioned it in the chat about there was some quotes out there saying Pep was just worrying about his positional play, which, I mean, we've got to remember certain players, they take a time to adjust to it. Pep Guardiola's demands and system are not standard. You know, we've seen players come in beginning of season and struggle. He came in midway through the season. He ticked us along. He got us to where we needed to do in the Champions League qualification. I think it's just a case of getting up to speed so that if Rodri or Reijnders is missing or has to have a breather, he can slot in that position nice and just keep us ticking. I don't think he's ever going to be the number one. I think Reijnders and Rodri are, but you need somebody that can do a job. You know what I mean? Rodri came in at first. He wasn't up to Fernandinho's scratch. People were saying, who's this player we've got, etc. He shadowed Fernandinho for a season. Yeah. Then he made that transition. He's got to have a season. He's got to have a full season, get up to speed. And I think we judge him at the end of the season. I think he's going nowhere at the minute. And like you say, we just need somebody that's capable of giving Rodri a breather.
Yeah, I think that's the key.
In games, we need a breather.
I think that's the key at the moment. We're looking at the team and we're kind of going, right, we're pretty much fully fit apart from a couple of injuries. Whereas we know that in a season, there are going to be injuries. I mean, and then all of a sudden you look at a Reijnders Gonzalez pivot probably works perfectly. Just seen someone's just said, Daps, why do we need right back while we have too many defenders, mate? We haven't got a right back. That's why. because we've got players playing out of position. So what I'm saying is, do we go into it playing players out of position, or do we go and get an out-and-out right back?
I mean, the chat mentioned Ola Aina at Forest, who's a fantastic right back, wing back as well. Perfect for that system. You know what I mean? But it's whether he wants to come and will he make that position his own? I don't know. B, I'm sure City have looked at him because he's on free. Is he intelligent enough to it's all right saying get a right back. You've got to be a right back in a Pep system where you're more or less a winger, but you've got to know when to get in, tuck in. It's a disciplined system. It's all about the system of the team. You're a cog in the team. And if you're not doing your job, the whole machine don't work. At the minute with Nunes, it's working. So for me, fair play to him. If Pep's going to turn him into our right back, I'm all for it.
Oh my God. We still need to address our centre halves. We are getting picked with long balls. Bro, we've got 7 centre halves. So
centre back. We're good with the centre backs. Like I say, last night was a Kanji Diaz. He's probably going to be Diaz Cavadio. You've got Stones, Ake, Reyes, Kuzanov. There's plenty of options. If we score 5 and concede 2, it's not an issue.
I'll be real with you. I'm the same as that. And also, the one thing I would like to see is I would like to see, like the back end of last season, we kind of knew it was going to be Vardy and Diaz. And in other seasons where you know who your prime 2 centre-backs are, I do think it's Vardy and Diaz. I hope we do have a kind of consistent centre-back partnership, because I think that's the only way that you start seeing the best of both centre-backs is when you've got a consistent partnership.
We do. But when the treble season came, it was like we never knew who was going to start. It was Stones going into midfield. Ruben was unbelievable. Then Akanji came in, was class. Then Kanji went to right back. I think we've got a lot of options there. But I think the biggest headache Pep's got at the minute is the squad. I think he's got to make some very uncomfortable decisions soon. And some people are not going to like it. But at the end of the day, if we've got to get this Manchester City squad back up to the elite level we were used to, we've got to be ruthless. He's got to work with that core of players. And a lot of the players can play in different positions and cover and stuff like that. But at the minute, from last season to this, to where we are now, we look a totally different animal, and it's good to see.
Yeah, we really, really, really do. You're right on that. I think this is a thing that, as fans, like I had this conversation yesterday where people really, really want academy players to break through, right? And we all do, right? But there's this real PTSD that we can't, this week I've had people say to me, we can't sell Rico Lewis because if we do, what if he becomes good like Cole Palmer? We can't sell McAtee because what if he comes good like Cole Palmer? We can't sell, there's another one, we can't sell because what if he comes good like Cole Palmer? But it's like, all right, well, if you want to keep all these academy players, we can't be expecting to win leagues because they're not
good enough.
Well, I always say class of 92 is a one-off, right? And it was 30 years ago. That's it. It doesn't happen anymore. In this age of football, the way PSR is, you have to sell some of your academy players. We want to, and people want to bring in players. It's like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be Pep right now because I don't know. With John Stones saying he wants to stay, with Pep saying he wants to keep Vitor Hayes, I don't know who we're going to get rid of at this point. I mean, there's the obvious ones, Grealish, Walker, Calvin Phillips. I think Kovacic... McAtee, 100%. I think Kovacic goes, I think he'll get fit before the Turkish window closes, and I think Kovacic might end up going.
I don't think he will. I think Kovacic had a good season, mate.
No, I agree with you on that. I do agree he had a good season, but it's one of those ones...
But I agree. I think one of Gundogan and Kovacic would have to leave.
They have to.
And I think the experience, he's going to need some experience in there to guide a few of these youngsters through. But it's going to be a tough one for him, like you say. And on the academy, what you said was right. But it's you've got to understand the kind of level you've got to be at to come straight out of an academy to get into our first team. Our academy lads, a lot of them would get into Premier League teams right across the Premier League at all different levels. And it's just not possible to blood these youngsters in a Man City team. If we decided to say, right, we're going to give 2 centre-backs a go and we lost 2 games, you're out of the title race.
Yeah.
That's how quick you're out of it. 6 points, you're gone. So you can't risk it. So what's better to do is with City is to sell them, put a buyback clause in case we drop a clanger, or a sell-on clause in case we're not really that arse, but we'll make some money on him. It's worked. We've pulled in over $500 million in transfer fees from selling players and academy players in the last 5 years. So the Man City academy is a machine. It works and it helps. So unless you're elite level, then you ain't getting in this team. You look at Echeverri, who is class, and we bought him. But people are already saying, maybe we should send him out on loan. Well, I guarantee you he's a lot better than a lot of the academy ones.
Yeah, facts.
People are shouting to come in. So you can't be sending Echeverri out on loan, but then wanting to bring in a Divine Mukasa or Regan Esky, because it isn't what it is. What I would like City to done was to buy a team somewhere like Scotland, like Rangers, or someone like that, and to slam a lot of the younger lads into a team like that. I know Chelsea are doing it with Strasbourg at the minute. City used to do it a lot. I think they've made new rules now about loaning players. I don't know, but I just feel like, the playing at under 21 level in our academy is not benefiting any of them.
The jump up from that Premier League 2 to playing in the Premier League, because people watch you in the Premier League 2, and we've been dominating that for years, right? And think, oh, they're looking mint in that, and then expect them. I mean, Delap looked quality in Premier League 2, 4 years ago, 5 years ago? He's only now getting to that level.
When Delap went to Preston, he couldn't get a game.
Yeah,
he went
exactly.
They were sending him back. They didn't want him. He wasn't that good. Then all of a sudden, he's just clicked into gear, hasn't he? And he's like, with Ipswich, he's found his feet and stuff. It's about finding your feet. Cole Palmer we all knew Cole was a great player. But at the time, when Chelsea offered 48 million for Cole Palmer, we've had Riyad Mahrez out there. Bernardo was out there. No City fan blinked at that. We thought, you know what, take the dough. As soon as he's doing well, everyone's like, oh, we dropped a bollock. Okay, we dropped a clanger, but listen, he slipped through the net, but we got compensated 50 mil. It's not bad money. And at the end of the day,
we won the league that season.
That's what I'm saying.
This is the thing. We won the league that season, right? So, and I mean, you and I know, Steve, Cole Palmer, he wouldn't have stayed for, the simple fact is Cole Palmer wanted to leave, right? He would not have stayed another season, so we had to sell him. And also, when people say, why is it selling the younger players, is unfortunately blame PSR, because PSR and the way that is built, we have to.
Look at Cole now. So he come in, he was a breath of fresh air for Chelsea. He was everything they needed. The fans love him. Now, the building squad around him, and he's not really complimenting his game. And now he's being asked to, come on, we need you to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and win us the game. And it's not happening for him at the minute. So the pressure's on him now. You're now elite. You can't hide in Manchester City's bench or youth team now. You're Chelsea's main man. You've got to pull that football club to fucking titles. They're demanding it. So he's gone from being a bit part player at City, very comfortable, coming off the bench, balling out, scoring the odd goal, to I'm Chelsea's number one here. I've signed a 9-year contract and the fucking pressure's getting a bit mad. So he's got to deliver. Robin,
I don't know who your source is, but your source is wrong, mate. He didn't want to stay. He wanted to go. He wanted to go months before he went. And I promise you, he didn't want to stay. All this coming out afterwards, a year later, saying I wanted to stay at City, was not what he was telling his close friends a year before, right? He wanted to go. It's as simple as that. And do you know what? The mad thing is, we might end up playing Chelsea now because they're on our side of the draw, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've done well to avoid. Look, we're now Real Madrid.
Chelsea won't beat Benfica, I don't think.
Now, do you know what? I'm watching Chelsea, what I've seen so far, if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd worry about them lot in the Champions League this season. I think Chelsea look really, really average. They're still just missing too much for me. They've surprised me a little bit in this transfer window because I thought with them getting Champions League football, they'd push on. But so far, don't know if maybe they are just becoming a kind of a buy for cheap and sell on. Right, so our next game is Tuesday, right?
Yeah, Al Hilal, 2 a.m.
Lovely. Any thoughts of flying over there yet, Steve?
Not yet. It's not tempting me just yet. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm enjoying it. To be honest, I'm enjoying a little bit of the break. I've still got a dodgy leg, haven't I? So if I was fighting fit, I'd have probably gone by now. But I don't want to be limping around Orlando or wherever it is, like can't do anything because my leg's sore, moaning to everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is Luke staying over there?
He's staying for it all. Yeah, he's got about £4 left in the bank, and he's just rolling with it.
Well, sandwich deals.
He's on sandwich deals at Tesco in America, but he's listen, fair play to the lad. He's over there doing the business, but mad.
Right, well, we're going to wrap up here, people. Nice short show today. We are just going to
people while we're on. I've got there's a stream. Well, Dap's just going to upload it for me later. Don't know what time on my channel today. Just my thoughts on the game a little bit more in depth, and also if you're fans of the Big Six show. Last night, the episode 1 of the Johannesburg trip just launched. It's like 48 minutes. It's a good little watch. So if you're not watching the Big Six show, why aren't you watching the Big Six show? And we need more City fans supporting us over there. So get and watch it.
Is there any bits we need to keep a lookout for, Steve? Any teasers?
Well, you've got to watch it. It starts off at the beginning with Shitgate. So the lads have basically got in the villa after 5 minutes, and 2 of them have had a shit, and the place stinks. So everyone's kicking off. Who
are the two? Who are the two?
Well, you need to guess. Put it this way: it's probably the ones you don't want to shit. You know what I mean? So can you guess?
Right. So it's Saeed and Grizz.
No, Saeed and Toby.
Do you know why I didn't think it would be Toby? Because I've obviously, when I rang you that time and Toby was running round, I know he eats healthy, so I thought Toby.
He does eat healthy, but he eats tons of fucking meat and shit. So the guy's been on a 13-hour flight. He's backed up to the nines, and the pair of them, the Somalian fucking sniper. You'll know what I mean when you watch it about the Somalian sniper and Toby. But we went to a gun range and. Saeed apparently he'd had a call up from the Somalian army to do national service. There was some war kicking off, and he managed to swerve it. And now we know why he swerved it. So watch the gun teaser. It's good.
I was just going to say, is it true? I think it was on Grizz's story one day that Saeed was saying about what was it? Oh, it was cooking an egg in the most bizarre way that I've ever heard of. Something like...
Oh, no, someone asked to grill an egg.
Yeah, grill an egg.
Yeah, someone wanted to grill an egg. Grizz, I don't know how he survived in life. I feel like his missus must do everything for him. So he was like, someone left the gas on one night. So someone had to come downstairs and flip the switch. The whole villa was going to get blown up.
It's a good job there wasn't the gas being left on when Saeed was on the toilet, or we would have.
Mate, these are 6 fucking grown ass men. That's why my room was at the far end of the villa, away from everyone, out the way. But no, it was good. It's a good little watch. Go watch it, man.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it after. Well, I'm going to upload your thing. Your thing should be out round about 12:30. I'll try and get it out for maybe even a bit sooner. So people keep a lookout on Big Steve's channel. I will either be back later today if anything pops up, or if not, I will be back tomorrow morning at 10:30. Until then, make sure you go and watch the Big Six. And this is going to redirect over to Never a Foul. So if you stay where you are, we're going to be over there. I'm sure there's going to be Arsenal fans and Liverpool fans telling me that they're not worried about City. But until then, we are out.
Really? Yeah. It was a VAR and that offside. The action was offside.
Generally, I was unaware of that. We hadn't been told that at all.
Your seats were not good.